Hello, everyone. This is your girl Pat from Braid It. Um, there was quite a few questions that were asked in reference to African Americans and Africans. I am married to an African, like many of you are African American women or men, and there's a lot of controversy going on in reference to African American and how they connect to the African culture versus Africans connecting with the African American culture. Now, I don't know everything. I am not a college professor. I'm not any type of scholar. I'm just having this conversation with you because there are so many people that are kind of twisted in this whole dilemma about how we need to react or how we need to conduct ourselves in Africa versus what they need to do when they come to America. Well, I can only speak from experience, and I realized when I was in Ghana, the country, it's a beautiful country, and I've never been there. It was my first time going, and I realized that the culture is very different there than it is here in America, of course. So what I'm starting to realize is a lot of African Americans are ready to migrate back to, or ready to go back to Ghana or whatever part of Africa they're trying to get to. But I'm just going to speak in terms of Ghana because they do have what they call the year of return, where they are trying to, get people who are in the diaspora to come back and reconnect to their African roots, which is a wonderful thing. And when I connected with my husband, it was just like we met online and we just kind of connected right then and there. And everybody that you connect to online is not who they say they are. We all know here in America that Africa is the number one country where a lot of the internet scams and marriage frauds, all kinds of stuff, money laundering, things like that come from that country, but it's also here in America. So, everything that, you hear about going on over in Africa, it's already happening here in America as well as other countries. So we have to get past the fact that, Africa is just a bad place to go, a bad place to live. It's a beautiful country, and if you've never been there, you would not understand what I'm saying, because a lot of people are basing it upon what they've seen on television and what they've heard from out of other people's mouths, as well as what they've heard over the internet or seen on the internet. And unless you go experience it for yourself, you will never, ever understand the culture there. When I got there, they welcomed me with open arms, and everybody kept saying, "Welcome, welcome." And I just felt so at home just by them welcoming me back to the country. And it just made me feel really good about being there. And at the same time, you have a lot of people that are surrounding you with all this love, but they don't understand who you really are, coming into their country as an African American. So, they're trying to understand your culture as well as you're trying to understand theirs. So, there was a lot of, my husband and I, we didn't pretty much, settle on the same things all the time, because he's so used to doing things in the way his country does it, and I am so used to doing things the American way. So we kind of clashed on a lot of things, especially when it came to opinions, because over there they have a very private lifestyle. They're not like Americans. We go hang out with our friends and, If I go hang out with my girlfriend and we go to, a lounge and sit down and have some drinks, we're talking about personal things. We're talking about things that are going on in our private life. But when it comes to the Africans, these women and these men, they don't get into that. They share that amongst those that they sleep with at night and those they eat with, on a regular. And sometimes they don't even share it with them. So, that just goes to say just how personal they are about their lives. They don't really share a lot of their private information with everyone. So that's one thing that I did learn. And the other thing that I learned was that when you go there, the infrastructure is not like it is here in America. When you go to bed at night, you still have electricity. When you wake up in the morning, you still have electricity and water. And you can get in your car, crank it up, and go to work every day on a paved road. And that is not happening over there in their country. They don't have the water supply like we do. Their water is collected from the rain and it's going into a big giant tank, and they're using that water to wash themselves. They're using that water to wash their clothes. They're using that water to wash their cars and whatever else they need it for, to bathe themselves. But here we got running water 24/7. So, when you go over there, you will understand that what you have here in America is great. So, don't go over there with that mentality, thinking that you're going to get the same thing that you have in America, because you're not. So, they do have, areas that are more structured, with paved roads. Like when you go into town in Accra, they have the paved roads, they have, hotels and nice places. Like, a lot of people they're living very good there. So don't get it wrong. They're not like sleeping with animals and animals walking around and, everybody's walking around naked like it was years ago, but it's not like that anymore. Ghana is a very developing country and they have come a long way. Even though I've only been there once, I must say I pay attention to a lot of things that go on around me, and I have learned a lot just that 1 month that I was there. Plus, I have also done a lot of research in reference to the country and how they go about doing things. But I just want you guys to know, don't go over there expecting the same thing that you get here. All the wonderful things, like when it comes to, fresh, clean air and, there's fresh, clean air over there. The agriculture is just beautiful over there. All you see is beautiful green palm trees and coconut trees. And, my husband took me out and showed me like where the rice fields were and how they collect their salt. And, they eat fresh every day. Now, this is one thing I was really blown away about, because here in America, we eat a lot of microwave foods. We eat a lot of frozen foods and stuff that's just refrigerated all the time. But over in Ghana, these people eat fresh foods every single day. We lived in a nice, beautiful guest home, and when I looked in the refrigerator, there was nothing in there. There might have been a few condiments, and that was it. And I'm like wondering, where's the food? But then I realized if they're going to eat chicken, they're going to kill the chicken the same day. If they're going to eat cow meat, they're going to kill the cow a day or two before, after they eat it. Before they eat it. And if they're going to like fish, I love seafood. I'm pescatarian. I ate lobster every day. I had shrimp. I had scallops. I had fish every day. I had anything that's in the ocean. I had it with no problem. Crabs. And when they cook their seafood, oh my God. You think you eating seafood over here good seafood in America? You go to Ghana, you're going to see the seafood that they eat over there is fresh. and the way they make it is way better. When they cook their crabs, they make it a stew out of the salt. There's a stew, and they put the crabs, they cook it and make it like into a stew, and it is so good. But anyway, that was my experience when it came down to the foods. And the fruit juices are fresh. They pull the pineapple, coconut juice, all that stuff straight that same day, and they sell it that same day. And everybody is getting a hustle on. And I understand now, like here in America, I'm always saying to myself, one thing about Black people, we might not get along well, but we know how to get out there and get our hustle on. Now I understand why. Because when I was in Ghana, everywhere we went, there was people selling food, selling drinks. They get their hustle on. They know how to make their money. That's why when they come to America, they have that same mindset of making money. So, don't be like, oh, well, they just, they all about getting here so they can make money and get a green card. Yes, that's why they're coming here. They're coming here mainly so that they can become part of the American dream. At the same time, they're going to find a way to get a citizenship, because they want to remain here so that they can make that money over here the same way that they was making over there in their country. But the difference is they're going to come here to America and make, let's just say, for example, because the exchange is different. $1 American dollar here in America, $1 is worth $5 over there. $5 and some. 20 American dollars over here is worth $120 in Ghana. I'm telling you guys. So when they coming over here and they making that money, they are sending their money back to their families. They're sending their money back to their country so that they can build over there. So they can do whatever it is they need to do over there to make their life better. And I don't blame them. Simply because that is just the way to go. I mean, who wouldn't want to take advantage if the Americans are letting them come here and make money? Hell yeah. I'm going to come. If I was a Ghanaian, I would definitely do whatever I had to do in my power to get over here to make that American money so that I can build up my house or my hotel or my apartment or whatever I need to do to make money over there, because they don't make the money like we do over here. But what they call CDs is way more than our American dollar. So, I mean, they can take $1 and eat off of that for 2 days, $1 American dollar. So you got to look at things like that, and don't criticize them for coming over here and just working, because that's what they're used to doing. You got to understand the culture, baby. These are natural born hustlers, and you got it in you too, you African American women and men. We got that hustle in us, and that's the reason why we're so great when it comes to, doing business or just, trying to build our own businesses, because this is what they've been doing for years. When it comes to make it, and when you go over there, you're going to find out, like when they make stuff like furniture, and when they make like pots and pans, all these things, they make it with their hands. I watch these men build a brick with their hands. They actually take the mud, put it in this little metal box thing, so it look like a brick. Once it dries, they take the metal part off and they start stacking the bricks. And then they take all those stacks of bricks, and they build a house with it. They do all of this with their hands. And over here in America, we have the luxury of going to Lowe's and to Home Depot and all these places, and we just go ahead and get a brick or some wood that's already ready to go. Over there, if they want to get 2x4s to build a house, they use palm trees. I could not believe what I was seeing. They were building up houses and hotels and things over there. And what I saw, like, when you looking at this, when they start building, they lay the foundation, and then you see the 2x4s all over the place, right? And they're like maybe about 6 inches away from each other, or more. I don't know. I'm not a builder, but I'm looking at these things. I'm like, what is that? And as soon as we get closer, I'm looking, and my husband's like, those are like palm trees. What an extraordinary way to build. Do you know that the palm tree is like the strongest tree on the planet? So if they were to get like a storm or something, that building ain't going nowhere. How wise is that? But it's just that they're using their natural resources to do what they have to do to live. So that was like the most phenomenal thing that I've saw. And like their furniture is beautiful, and they make all this stuff by hand. I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. And, we have this cheap old furniture. Like, my furniture is cheap, falling apart. But over there, and I could pick it up by myself. My furniture, I can pick it up and probably take it out to the dumpster by myself, because it's not made of anything but what do you call it, plyboard, and some cheap particle board or whatever. Over there, they're using like some serious wood over there. And when you pick that furniture up, you ain't gonna move it out by yourself, because it is extremely heavy. You're gonna need somebody to help move that thing for you or with you. So that's the difference between our culture and theirs. Now, there was a lot of people that were asking me a lot of questions in reference to the men over there and how they react to their women and all of that. Now, like I said, they are very private, and they like to keep things that way. But you got to remember, over in Africa, polygamy is legal. And you have the Islamics over there, you have the Catholics, you have Christians. So they have a variety of people. Some of them are Christian Catholic. Some of them are just like Christian, like / Islamic or whatever. They just got their own thing going on over there. So people always asking, why are African men not so affectionate? And the reason why is because of polygamy. Polygamy has been going on over there for years. And you got to remember, if you have ever gone over there, all the women over there are beautiful. They're gorgeous. And, they're looking at beauty all day long. So the only thing they really missing is the pum pum. So they can get that anywhere, because there's like 1 million women to one man over there. But they are some that feel like, they should be able to have more than one. So that's where the polygamy comes in. And some of the wives are, they're accepting of that. Like, for example, my husband could have a wife over there and some kids over there, and the wife could be accepting of the fact that he has married me. You see what I'm saying? Simply because, I'm an American woman, and she sees the value in our relationship, meaning that she's going to get a piece of it as well, and her kids. That's how that works. But what I don't like is a lot of times the African men, they are in the polygamous relationships, and they don't tell the African American women what is going on, because the way they marry, it's almost like an underground type deal. They pretty much marry these women. They don't get certificates and stuff like that. They marry them. They have a bunch of kids by them. Then they meet this beautiful African-American woman like myself. And they say, oh, well, let's just get married. And we get married. And next thing you know, he's not telling me anything. Next thing I know, he's over here in America sending all his money back over there to his family and the wives and the kids, But I don't think that's right, because, we're doing things the right way over here. And I feel like, just like how we handle things here in America, let's be honest with each other. I don't feel like you should be hiding anything from me, because if you do things to that extreme, that means that, the only reason why you want to come here is to really get a green card and do whatever you want to do after the fact. And a lot of the men do that, not just from Africa or Ghana, but a lot of other countries too. They do it like Cuba, Jamaica, all these other places, and they get with the African American women and they marry them, have kids by them, and the kids are very important to an African man. Kids are important because they are going to carry out the name. They're going to carry out the legacy of the fact that this child is American and African. So, which really makes the child an African American. But at the same time, just by that child being born in America gives them a lot of leeway to be able to do a lot of things for their family, and a lot of times they're going to use that child or whoever's coming, they're going to use that person to get other people over here. And we as Americans, we know how that works, a lot of us, and some of us don't. And that's the reason why a lot of us that don't get hemmed up into, get caught up into all of that by not being knowledgeable enough to know how they think, and how they go about, doing, the system that they have, because they do have a system, a lot of them, and their system is, hook up with an African American or an American. She could be white American, Black American, Hispanic American, whatever. Just hook up with one so you can get the goods that, that is receivable in America, and use those goods to build yourself up so that you can build your family in Africa. I mean, why not? But at the same time, I wish that these African men would be more honest and truthful about what they're doing, because a lot of them they already have families established in Africa, and they hook up with somebody, and next thing you know, the girl is bringing all the kids to them saying, look, if you're going to go to America, you're going to take care of these kids, take these kids with you, and I can't blame them. I mean, because if you're going to come all the way over here to America, knowing that, hooking up with somebody and thinking that you're going to come over here and live the good life and got 500 kids over in Africa that you ain't taking care of, guess what, my brother? You're going to get sent right back, because immigration don't play that shit. So as soon as you get over here, first thing they're going to be like is, you need to go take care of all them kids you got. Matter of fact, they not even going to let you come over here. So before y'all start considering talking to any African American women online, I would suggest that you do what you got to do to clear up what you have in Africa. In other words, I know, in Africa, for those African Americans that don't know, if my husband has a wife over there, he would have to pay her off just to get her off his back, so she can have money to take care of the children. I think that is the dumbest thing ever, because that little bit of money that she getting, it's only going to last so long. Then that money going to run out. So, but a lot of them, what they do is when they come to America, they send money back, But I feel like that's just, that's not fair. It's not fair to the African-American wife. And it's not fair to the Ghanian wife or girlfriend or whoever she is. Because she's stuck taking care of this child. She got money. He paid her off. She got money. And that money, once it runs out, she going to be looking at him like, okay, you need to send more money. So now she going into the pocket. She going into our pot. The pot that we create together to take care of ourselves here in America. So that's not fair for him to have to go send money back to the wife or the girlfriend or whatever, while he got his African-American wife to take care of, his family here to take care of. It's not right, but they do it all the time, and it's not right. So, but I'm going to tell you one thing. Immigration don't play. They already got it. It's already written on the wall over there. And they're saying if we find out that there's something else going on other than what you're saying, you will never be able to step foot on American soil again, or never, not again, because you never got here in the first place. So if they find out things are not right, you're not coming, and that will screw you up forever. If you meet somebody else 20 years later, guess what? When your name come up on that database, they're going to be like, nope, because he's already been married before to an African American, or he's already tried to come over here with somebody else. Trust me, that system they got set up for y'all asses is real. Like, listen, I'm telling you, like, you gotta be straight up for real. Time out for all the lies, the deceit, the scandals. Time out for all of that, brothers. I'm talking about my African brothers. And if you really want to come to America, do it the right way. You guys have all the resources. All the resources that we have here came from Africa anyway. Gold, silver, timber, coal, cocoa, everything, oil is over there. Plenty of it in your country. You have all the resources that you guys need. And we have resources here too, but they're more plentiful where you are. And that's why on the flip side, I talked to a lot of brothers and they were like, listen, we ain't worrying about trying to get to America. We happy where we are right here in Africa. And I was like, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause this is a beautiful country. I wouldn't want to leave this country to come to crummy ass America. It's just all kinds of diseases over here. It's just a mess over here. The government system is jacked up. I mean, racism is a mess. It's awful over here. So why would you want to come to a country like this? So the only reason I would have is the fact that you need money. You need that American dollar so you can take it back, so you can do what you got to do over in your country. And I get it, but let's keep it real, Don't try to capitalize off of that American women and our American dollars, when you can just do it the right way. Because like I said, it ain't gonna be easy. And just like my husband, he has not been here yet, but I know, I feel like, everything is cool with him. Everything is good with him. There's no extra wives. There's no extra kids. But guess what? When he get ready to do his hearing, he hasn't gotten to his hearing yet. And once he does that hearing, all of that is going to come out in the open. And, the first thing that they see that don't look right in reference to that, they're going to deny his petition. And he would not be able to come to America ever. But I'm trusting and believing that, everything is going to roll out like a red carpet when it comes to him, because he has been so faithful. He has been so considerate about our relationship and our marriage and all that good stuff. We talk on a regular basis each and every day, and I don't see any fault. Like, I don't see where that could happen. But, like I said, we haven't reached that point yet. And I'm sharing all this with you because, and I know my husband gonna probably be upset with me once he sees this video, but I'm sharing this with you because I know there's a lot of other African American females out there that are dealing with the same thing that I'm dealing with, and they're trying to figure things out on their own. And it's really hard to figure it out when your husband or your fiance is miles and miles away. The hours are different. Right now it's a 5-hour difference with us. So if it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon here, it's 5 o'clock in the evening over there. He's winding down from his day of driving around, working and stuff. So, we got to keep all those things in mind. And at the same time, I was looking at a video the other day, and they were going on and on about how a lot of Africans don't like African Americans and all that stuff. But, you guys don't get caught up into that. Please don't get caught up into that, because every country is different. There's crime in every country. There's hate in every country. There's love in every country. There's peace and joy in every country. So we all share the same thing. It's all about that individual that you're dealing with. So that's who you need to focus on. You can't say, oh, I can't stand African Americans and just, act like everybody else can't stand them either. Or you can't be in America saying, oh, I can't stand Africans, just because you can't stand them, just don't mean everybody else can't stand them. So, just it's just one of those things. You just have to individually check that person. That's it. Okay? So, I'm about to sign off, and I just wanted to share those things with you, just so you can understand the culture a little bit more versus the African Americans versus the Africans. And hopefully we'll be able to connect again. Y'all have a good day. Bye.